Ryan joins us now. Ryan, you know him from so many different things. The Blacklist, bunch of movies. New Amsterdam is up and running again. But Ryan, first, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good
I
to see you.
It's so good to see you. I miss you always. I'm a little upset that you didn't keep Courtney on so we could have a three-way chat because he's the greatest.
He is so, and I was just so struck, Ryan, about him talking about like the almost uncontrollable nerves that still make him sometimes wonder in the middle of it, like, is this the right path? Or is this like God telling me, hey, like this is something I'm trying to give you some signals here. But for you, Ryan, did acting come like breathing? Was it like, yep, this is, I'm not putting a circle in a square. It's a perfect fit, circle in a circle.
A little bit in the sense that, I just was a kid with too much energy and I was always talking too much and I was always trying to entertain other kids and, do a pratfall for a laugh. I mean, just, a complete goof. And then I went to like a class at a local community theater with a friend. My friend was interested. I was just kind of tagging along as like, this would be something to do. And then, I just fell in love with it. It felt like this place where they're like, yeah, no, do those goofy voices. Yeah, no, walk around weird, get weird. And I was like, really? Is this okay? And just like, this place is awesome.
Well,
So
your career took off like a rocket. I want to ask before we get to it and get to New Amsterdam, I mean, this year of COVID has really done a number on a lot of people. And I was reading someone who said, when this year is over, you either are going to be changed forever or you're going to be stuck kind of the way you were. But if you were to look back on how this year has changed you, like what kind of impact did this entire year have on your life?
yeah, that's a great question. And it's huge. I've just been talking about this a lot lately, actually, because I do feel different. Like I do feel like a lot of changes. And you hate to sort of say, it's not that the pandemic was a positive because it's horrible to see,
Yes.
businesses struggling, people struggling. But I feel like it was sort of a spiritual reset for some people, just in the sense that, work was gone all of a sudden and you
Hmm.
were home and you were sort of asking yourself questions like, what do I want to spend my time doing? What do I do now without the sort of hustle and bustle that keeps us distracted and keeps us moving at 90 miles an hour and we're trying to get it all done, to step away from that for a minute. It was this sort of forced moment of
And
reflection. And I
and
and I think and I have joined the circus. That's what I like. No,
congratulations.
I thank you. I'm a juggler. No, you realize what's important to you. And a lot of this stuff probably sounds cliche, but I mean, I just realized in spending a lot of time with my family and catching up with everybody, just how important family is and the
Mhm.
people that matter to you, and um, that that life is short and that it can be taken away, and that I think I, like so many, particularly Americans, have such an emphasis on work
Mhm.
and moving fast and
Mhm.
accomplishing and achieving and buying the thing and getting it all done, and you just realize like that's not that important.
Mhm.
What's more important is spending time with the people you love, enjoying what you do,
Mhm. Mhm.
not doing it for some result or for some end goal, but to enjoy this experience.
So when you got lonely during the pandemic, as many people did, obviously, like who did you turn to? Like how did you refill?
Yeah, I mean, it was friends and it
Mhm.
was family and it
Your
was
girlfriend.
it was it was it was all of that.
Uh-huh.
And you just realize like how important these people are to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
um and yeah, it's a good, I don't know, that was the biggest thing, is just that I, I I realize how much time goes by that I'm not paying attention.
That's
You know,
interesting. Yeah.
I'm just getting it done.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do these 30 things in one day, and then
Yeah.
you get to the end of the day and you're like, I don't know what I did.
Right.
And to slow down and take a breath and to pay attention to the people
Yeah.
around you and to the things you're doing was something that was an important lesson.
Okay. That'll be interesting to see. Like, I always wonder for me too, like, it's like you have a moment. It's like for some people, it's when someone passes away and you say, I'm going to be different now. Someone who's
Right.
a parent. No, I'm going to be different. And you wonder if you just hit F6 and go back to your old self, or if you really do have a lasting change, like something really happens, really changes inside you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I've
Chemically.
I've seen it. I mean, I
Hmm.
not to be too I don't know, hippy dippy or something, but I've really seen people change, and including myself. And I just, even at work, the emphasis seems to be on people's lives, people's
Hmm.
homes, people's
Hmm.
family, and creating the kind of life that they want, as opposed to the rat race of it all. So it's kind of a nice shift.
Talk to us about New Amsterdam. So did you all shoot during the pandemic? How did that work? And if you did, how'd you do it?
Yeah, we shut down in March. We had like 2 or 3 episodes left, and we just one day were like, "Is this real? Is this going to be a
Hmm.
thing?" And then the next day, we were like, "Put the cameras away. We're done. We're going away." And then we were going to come back in July, and we didn't end up coming back until October. So we pushed. But when we came back, it felt very, very um, safe. All the protocols were in place, constant testing, masks, the whole thing, and it actually, in some ways, made shooting sort of more efficient because you had to be more organized.
Oh yeah, right. That's
And
interesting.
sort of kind of less folks on set at any given time, and so it kind of makes it a little quieter, and there's a little bit more focus on
Hmm.
on what you're doing. And so yeah, yeah,
Did you ever get COVID when during this whole thing? Oh, you did.
I did. Yeah, I had it.
And were
It
you
was a
okay
blast.
after?
It was a blast. I totally recommend it. Super fun. Don't believe the hype. It's super fun. Yeah.
Did you lose your taste and smell, or how did the whole?
I did not notice losing taste or smell. I definitely didn't lose my taste. I've always had kind of not a great sense of smell, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
have noticed. But it felt, for me, it felt like a prolonged flu. It felt like a really bad flu
Oh, okay.
that wouldn't go away. I was more exhausted than I've ever been. Just
Yeah.
wanted to sleep all the time, and fever and all that stuff. But I, fortunately, thank God, I never felt like my life was in danger. I never
Yeah.
felt like that. I didn't struggle too much to breathe. But I know
When did
folks have
you
had
did
a
you have it a
tough
long
go.
time ago, or did you have it recently?
I had it a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
months ago. I think
Early.
early when it was all coming around, and nobody knew anything. I mean, I went to the doctor and I said, I'm sick. Do I have the flu? And they test for the flu, and they go, it's not the flu. And I go,
No.
is it strep? It's not strep. And I go, is it that thing that I read an article about
Yeah.
that's happening somewhere
Right.
else but not here? And they'd go, no, it's not that. It's not that.
Oh, jeez.
And it was just before the storm. We just had no
That's
clue
so funny.
what was coming. It was a
Yeah.
different world.
We had no idea.
We had no
So,
tests. We had nothing.
yeah, do you have other stuff that's in the hopper? Or do you feel like Hollywood, the studio? Do you think are things coming back? Are you getting that sense that more people are working? And do you have anything coming up ahead that you're excited about?
Yeah, I do. I think things are starting to move and groove again, and it's really exciting. And to see businesses opening up again, and to see the vaccine making its way around,
Mm-hmm.
seeing people see their family again, see their
Mm-hmm.
grandparents they haven't seen in half a year or longer is amazing. But yes, the business feels like it's picking up, and it's exciting. I haven't said yet, so I don't know. I never know if I'm allowed to
I know
say
you
what I'm
never
doing.
know.
I never know, but
You have
I'm
something
I'm
good.
I'm working on something with a filmmaker that I've done a film with previously, that I'm a big fan of,
Okay.
who may or may not be in the Atlanta area. I won't say any names. And
Love.
and he's an amazing filmmaker. So I'm really excited to do that right after the show.
Oh my
So
gosh. Well, you'll keep us posted. You'll come back and visit.
absolutely,
And come
please.
back to 30 Rock too. We miss you around. You still have your dressing room that's got your
We
name on it.
I miss
You
real
know?
life so much. I can't wait to walk back
I
in the
know.
flesh, and
Yes.
at
Us
some
too.
point when it's legally
Yes.
COVIDly allowed, give you a big hug.
Okay. All right, honey. We love you. Don't forget to catch Ryan on New Amsterdam. We'll be back.